vortex. Just get in the vortex. Because when you get in the vortex, all cooperative components are there. When you get in the vortex, you are inspired to the speed, to the traffic, to the gas station, to remember. In other words, when you take the time to get into the vortex, everything lines up for you. And so we have so many conversations with so many people that want to know what went wrong or how could I make it better. And we want to say blah, 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 blah. Don't waste your life outside the vortex trying to figure out one thing. None of it makes any difference. Not one bit of it makes any difference. Spend 100% of your time, let all of your effort be about getting into the vortex. So if we were standing in your physical shoes, the way we would go about that is we would put ourselves in our bed after the day has ended, and we would lie in our bed determined that before we sleep, we would find a long list of things to appreciate. There are so many things in your world. Now, it might take a little time because you're mad at that one and 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 mad at that one. So you try to pull your mind to appreciation, then you remember them, and then you try to pull your mind to appreciation, then you remember them, and then you try to pull your mind to appreciation. But if you care, if you want to, if you will try, you will find something to appreciate. And when you do, milk it for everything you've got. It's like your lifeline. Milk it. Think about it. Stay there until another thought and another thought and another thought and another thought of appreciation until you drift into slumber. Now, once you go to sleep, you'll move into the vortex anyway. But if you get into the vortex before you go to sleep, you'll wake up in the vortex. Now hear this. If you're out of the vortex because people have been creepy to you, and they have. You're not making this stuff up, we know. So you're outside the vortex and you go to sleep. When you go to sleep, you release consciousness, you go right into the vortex. But when you wake up where you were before you slept. If you take the time to get into the vortex through your rampages of appreciation before you go to sleep, you'll wake up in the vortex. You will. So you wake up and you say, I'm still in. Then lie there and recapture 2 or 3 things that let you stay there. Then once you've brushed your teeth and refreshed yourself, sit for a moment with the intention of doing a focus wheel or 2 or 3. You know what a focus wheel is? A focus wheel is the best process that we know to help you to get into the vortex. And the focus wheel itself replicates the vortex because the focus wheel is a spinning wheel. We'll do some focus wheels today. But essentially the process is you draw a big circle on a piece of paper, and in the center you draw a small circle, and then 12 little circles around the outer edge. This represents the vortex. So let's say something's bothering you. Like what? What is an example of interacting with people at work or whatever that clearly takes you out of the vortex? What was on your mind when you sat down and addressed us just now?
The first few minutes with someone after you say hello, and
but
then
give us
it
an
takes
example
you
of
into
something,
another.
Give us an example of something that commonly takes you into a place you don't want to be.
Right away, people normally go into a conversation that has to do with somebody sick, somebody who lost a job.
Give us an example. We're going to do a focus wheel. So choose the one that you hear the most, that you trip over the most often.
A friend of mine just got fired, and everything is going so bad lately. Society, the world is the newspaper.
So the reason you're going to do this focus wheel now, the next morning after having that encounter with that friend, is because you want to be in the vortex and you care about your friend, and when you think about your friend, you go out of the vortex. So it'd be better if he didn't exist, it seems. But he does exist, and you're focused upon him, and you're focused upon him in a way that takes you out of the vortex. So this is a good reason to do a focus wheel. So now you've drawn your focus wheel, which represents the vortex itself, and outside of the focus wheel, outside of the vortex, you're just going to make a statement that clearly represents your out of the vortex feeling. So you write, and we're just going to keep feeling around until we vibrationally hit what it feels like out there. But I wish my friend would get his life together so I didn't have to listen to his complaints that always make me feel bad as I hear them. Pretty good. Let's see if we can find it a better way. There are so many people who are